What is up, boys and girls of YouTube? Told you all I was going to be knocking out these top 5 guides, lists, whatever for each role. So that's what we're going to do. I did mid lane 3 or 4 days ago. I know there's a big patch today, or not a big patch today, sorry, big patch notes today, and a bunch of changes coming through. So in 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, when that shit goes live, we'll update and we'll make another one of these for every role. But for now, we're going to do jungle. We're going to jump into it. We're going to work our way from 5 up to 1. They are all going to be assassins this time around. While I realize Ravana is pretty decent, definitely not a bad god. The only one I really feel like mentioning is him and Achilles. Both of them have fallen off a decent amount. In very low levels, Achilles definitely farms and frags, but as soon as you get out of like that plat into diamond area where you're playing a little bit higher level players, Achilles doesn't just free frag like it does in those lower levels. So Achilles would be like my number 6. Ravana would be like my number 7, so they're not really on this list. Number 5, though, is Mercury. You guys already know my builds. I have shifted away from Hasten Katana. I've gone into either Teleria boots because they're fun as shit. Like, I really enjoy running Teleria boots or power boots, whichever one works for you. Into stone cutting. Don't know why my dogs are going crazy. Think they're done? I think they're done. Okay, so either of those boots into stone cutting, into rage, into deathbringer, into Aussie, into Titan's Bane. Boom, full build. You can kill anybody. Have fun. Good luck. Mercury's still good even after the nerfs. His clear was nerfed. I'd say very early game it was nerfed enough to make it where he doesn't just fully outclear everybody, but he still outclears most gods. You're gonna be on par with like Serket, because Serket's clear is pretty fucking good. There really aren't too many other junglers who are just super fast clearing. At clearing, Rat's pretty good. Just a couple of gods that do the AoE stuff are pretty good. So, clearing got nerfed a little bit, but everything else stayed the same. You're still able to farm a lot. You're still able to do the same form of fighting. You're still able to use your ult to gank. It's all the same. It's just a little bit early game clear was nerfed. I like Mercury a lot more right now because you have so many different solo lane gods that are being played. So you have the potential of pairing Mercury with a mage or Mercury with a guardian, and you're able to kill that solo lane very early a lot. Because the solo laner is almost always using their abilities to clear the wave to keep up. And whenever they use their ability, you are then able to ult a lane, or pre-level 5, you can go in with a kill on with your 3-up and kill somebody, especially if boots. Super, super easy. So make sure you're looking for that. Mercury is our number 5. Number 4 on my list is Nemesis. Once again, Nemesis still doing the same shit. Got nerfed a little while ago, so you saw her fall off slightly. She's still really, really fucking good. My build has changed a little bit, not too drastically. Warrior Tabby into still going Jotuns because your ult is pretty damn core into Crusher. And then I like getting Stone Cutting Sword right here. You can swap out the Crusher if you just don't like it for some reason, but the attack speed goes a really long way. Stone Cutting Sword is really, really sick. You're getting your 1 defensive item, which is your Magi's Cloak. And then you're finishing off with the Titan's Bane. You got enough pen for your ult to be fucking destroying. You've got just enough attack speed to be able to melee and box with just about anybody in the game. Plus you have Stone Cutting giving you the extra boxing potential and the movement. Plus you have CDR in the build. Once again, you can change up this build. The only thing with this build I personally would change, like I think this is the ultimate build. I would, if I really just want to go full damage, I would drop out Magi's Cloak for a Hydrus. And that to me would be the optimal damage build, and I don't see much competing with that. The auto attack builds on Nemesis just don't work as well. The fact that you have your abilities up and they hit so hard and they allow you to stick on people and allow you to reflect damage and allow you to take a little bit more damage and allow you to juke damage just makes it so the CDR and with a little bit of attack speed it goes a lot further. Plus with Hydras you're running 30% CDR. You're also able to auto attack cancel and fuck people up with your dashes and your 3. So just remember that. Nemesis just does well in team fights. Ult can kill anybody. Once again, you're able to go in and do whatever you want. With the semi-hybrid build, you could go double defense and drop out the Stone Cutting Sword if you wanted. You're able to tank a lot of damage and just dive, which is nutty. Having Blink and Beads is pretty core on Nemesis, and it just goes a long way. Nemesis can do a lot. Your early clear is not bad at all. So you're able to keep up with people. You're able to clear and farm super easily because you can 2 the wave and then just move on. You got that range, little bit of range on your clear. So she just works out still. I know my junglers bounce around a little bit, but with the item changes, with the way the game's being played, with the gods that are being played, you see gods come out after they get nerfed and then usually come back in a few weeks later. We're at that point a few weeks later where they're coming back in. That's number 4 on the list. Number 3 on the list is going to be Ratatowski. Hybrid build. Hybrid build. Sure, you can go full damage if you're carrying. This is going to be ideally for having fun and farming kids and just fragging out. You're going to get your Acorn. I was looking for boots. It's super awkward. You're going to get your Jotuns. I still go Crusher. Right about here is where this is for like a damagey build. I would then go into a little bit of hybrid because it's just nice to not even get close to dying ever. For your 5th damage item, it really can go whichever way you want. You can go with a tankier type damage item like a Masamune or a Void Shield, or you could go into the Hydras, or you can go into the Heartseeker. Whatever really floats your boat. I feel like if I was going Heartseeker though, I would much rather have it in this slot, just for something for you to think about. It just goes a long way. Realistically, a full damage build for me would look like this right here. Ideally though, you're gonna want to go into, because almost everyone has healing, so brawlers is pretty fucking good. Just make sure you remember that. What did I drop out? Heartseeker. So yeah, ideally here I'm gonna pick up the defense, and I'm gonna have a Magi's Cloak, and this is gonna be a nice build. So this is like a damage type carry build, right? All right. So now your hybrid build goes a different direction. If they have a decent amount of magic damage or magic burst, you're picking up on-style first. So say they get a Hebo. Say they've Hebo jungle because Hebo got through. Build on-style first. It's fucking nutty. Then look into just building more hybrid stuff. I go into a Void Shield. I go into a Magi's Blessing. I'm under the wrong items. I'll go into a Titan's Bane here, so it's not too late in the build. This is still a point where you're able to frag. You have smaller skirmishes sometimes still, especially in ranked. And then I'll finish up the build with a Mantle of Discord. So this will be like a full hybrid build. Why this works is because the penetration on your 2 allows for you to not need all the pen items. You don't need them. You can get away without having them. Having them, sure, you're going to one-shot bitches so much faster. Also going to die faster. With this build, you're going to be really fucking annoying. You're going to be able to stand in their face. They're not going to be able to do anything. You're going to be tanky as fuck. Let's throw up all items and just see what our defense is at. Level 20, you're running 197 physical, 173 magical. As a jungler who still does damage and has a crazy amount of setup with your knockup, your slow, your stun, your pen that you're shredding off the person and helping your team kill, it's just insane. It's a perfect hybrid god with a hybrid build. Coming in at number 3 in kind of a hybrid area, so it works out. Once again, Ratatasker, early clear is decent. Gank a lot early with your ultimate. As soon as you hit 5, get your Acorn and go. My starting items are, I don't level the Acorn at all at the start. I go Assassin's Blessing and rank 1 of Jotuns, usually. Or if I'm going on-style, I go rank 1 of on-style. And then I finish the boots, usually without backing the base, because you're able to just farm and be so fucking annoying for people. Just do what you gotta do. Gank the side lanes a lot, the duo lane especially, because you can get over there without them reacting because of how far away you can ult. Rat does so well right now. Next up on the list is Thor. Once again, full mace build, Magi's Blessing build. You're good to go. That's all you need on Thor. Drop the Magi's Blessing for Hydras if you're going for crazy damage. Builds are kind of generic. Thor is similar to Rat, have a lot of potential with the ganks because your ultimate can come out from anywhere. So side lanes are super easy to kill. Even mid lane if it's an immobile god. So if, say, you're playing against a Ra, or you're playing against a Kulkin, or you're playing against, I don't know, say someone's picking Aphooch or Anubis or some shit in your game. Ult them because they can't go anywhere. Now, gods like Raijin and stuff like that, ulting right away might be a little bit more hard, but you can ult as soon as your team makes them dash, and it's super easy to counterplay that shit for you. You also have high poke potential with your stun 1 combo. You're able to half health anybody in the mid game, which is nuts. That's just what it is. For Thor, I start with my 3 at level 1. I level my 3 first to clear. It is actually a little bit faster than using your hammer, even after the hammer buffs. But then I max my hammer, I max my 3, and then I max my 2, and then I max my ult. Bing, bing, boom. Thor is easy peasy. It's not that hard. His clear is average. It's not as good as like Serket or Rat or some of those gods, but it's not bad. And you're able to clear just enough to get to mid camps and then fight them at mid camps because your fighting is so good at level 2. Like, you do a lot of damage, especially if you hit the double tap. Don't miss the double tap. Thor, number 2 on the list. Number 1 on the list, as no surprise for a lot of people, because you guys always argue with me on this shit. I move Serket around a decent amount because sometimes she's easy to kill. Some patches she seems to just not do that well. Right now, she seems to be doing great. You're seeing a lot of healers picked up. Your Raws, your Hercules, your Guan still, especially at lower level games. There's no reason Serket would not work. You have high clear potential. Your clear is great early. You fucking one-tap shit. You're able to fight at level 2, which a lot of gods who can fight at level 2 aren't clearing as fast. You're able to get pressure. You're able to just out clear and farm and then push them out with your potential fighting. I almost said potential twice. That's awkward. Build wise, hybrid build. Once again, another hybrid build. Serket, you're diving. You're stuck standing still when you're using your ultimates or your ones. So you really want a hybrid build. It just goes way farther than a full damage build. Then, oops, wrong item. Than the crit build. The crit build is fun and it's awesome. And you're low level, I'm gonna pick everybody for 20 minutes. But in a real game where you're 5v5 fighting, you get fucked up on Serket if you have the crit build. So I do not recommend the crit build. So you can go into the Jotuns, and then I like going right into defense for my hybrid build. It's weird, but I really, really, really like it. Spirit Robe into a Magic's Blessing. You've got 30% CDR, so you're able to just spam your shit like crazy. Then grab a Titan's Bane here. Titan's Bane here. Finish with the Mantle of Discord. Now, this is a crazy, crazy, crazy tanky build. I just fucked that up. It's awkward. You guys saw nothing. So, you're running 190 defense physical, 163 magical on Serket. Once again, this works because you have true damage coming out of your kit using your passive properly. You just have high base damage, and then you have true damage coming out of your ult. So without having a ton of power, you're able to do a ton of damage. You're pretty much unkillable. You have 40% CDR with this build, so your shit is always up. This is the perfect hybrid build. Now, if you want to go a more damage early, so you're able to gank, one-shot people early, you'll swap out the Spirit's Robe for a Crusher. You'll go into Magi's Cloak. You'll grab a Titan's Bane and a Mantle of Discord in this order, and this would be a little bit more catered towards the carry side. Now, if the first build, crazy, insane build for team fighting. This build, crazy, insane build for every part of the game. Probably overall in your rank games, this will be your most optimal build. Now, I'll show you the crit build that you can go if you just feel like you're just carrying everybody. There's no team fighting. You're just literally one-tapping people left and right, and you're so far ahead. You're getting Deathbringer before fucking Malice. Malice is awesome, but it's only awesome when you crit on your one. So you need the first part of your one to crit. So having just Malice and only 20% crit, let me make sure it is 20% crit, 25% crit, sorry, is not enough. It's not going to guarantee that damage, so it's kind of a waste of a really expensive item. Whereas with Deathbringer, you're more than likely not going to get the first crit, same as Malice. But as long as you get a crit, you're getting in extra damage with the Deathbringer passive. So it just goes a lot farther. Then you will pick up the Malice. This isn't a very expensive build, by the way. You're dropping a shit ton of gold into this build, and you have to be super far ahead to be running this build. You're going to round out the build with your Titan's Bane. That's your full crit whatever build. I see people running weird shit, doing weird shit. I don't like it. I don't like when people have fucking, I don't know, they just go random crit items in random order. They get rage, which is to me is completely worthless on Serket. If you're kind of just in the mood to frag-a-lag and only want to crit and one-tap people, you can swap up Deathbringer for the Crusher and then put Malice where Deathbringer is, and then put in a different item here, whether it be Brawlers or the Crusher or a CDR defense item, whatever you want here. That build to me is just not like these three items right here will one tap people. This right here, look at how cheap it is compared to waiting an extra 600 gold for a Deathbringer to maybe get a crit. This right here is your core 3 items, so make sure you're picking them up. So that's the top 5 jungle gods for right now. Like I said, 2 weeks when the big patch hits and the items change and shit, we'll go over a new one. Hopefully this helps you guys for what you guys need to play. I will be gone from streaming for next week, so all these videos you see are going to be pre-recorded. I appreciate you guys supporting. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I will see you all in the video later tonight.